Hello everybody, I thought I'd do a video on a perfume that I have been enjoying a lot this summer. I started off not liking this perfume when I first tried it about I think it was this past winter. I didn't like it, but now I like it very much, and I like it so much that I not only bought a bottle of this perfume, but I hunted down a vintage bottle of this perfume. So I am pretty committed to the perfume, and it's nothing special, but it is special to me. But it's nothing unique, and you'll know it, I'm sure. It is D'Issey Pour Homme. Yes. So I'm sure you already have your own opinions of this perfume, and you like it or you don't. You think it's very basic. And you know, it is basic. It's not a challenging fragrance, but I think it's very special. And that is because, well, I like the aroma of this perfume, but I think it really does remind me of the Poolrooms aesthetic. And I don't know if you're familiar with it, but the Poolrooms, this is all like internet lore, but there's this thing called the backrooms, and the backrooms is comprised of different levels, and each level is a different kind of like liminal space, and the Poolrooms is one of those liminal spaces. And the way it looks is like empty rooms, you know, devoid of furniture or windows or anything like that, where it's tiled, you know, like what you would expect if you were to go into an indoor pool. But it's a little bit surreal. Everything is usually like white. It's like a stark white or a bone color, and the way it's set up is kind of otherworldly. It's very, and then in the room, obviously there's a pool or a body of water, and it's very tranquil, relaxing, kind of creepy, but in a good way. I'm gonna link some stuff below that you can check out, and maybe you'll see what I mean when I say this perfume is a little bit reminiscent of that, or very reminiscent, in my opinion. And in particular, I really like the soundtrack that a few people have made that go along with the Poolrooms aesthetic. I think it's just I end up listening to it all the time, at least every other day, if not every day. So I think the design of this bottle is complementary to it. The frosted glass, it's streamlined. The way the light shines off of the lid is soft and bright at the same time. It's just very much in the vein of the Poolrooms. So there's that, and then also the smell of it is kind of like that, because it has this fresh, uplifting, yet not exactly natural smelling scent. It's fresh, uplifting, relaxing, a bit spa-like, but it doesn't really feel like super natural, in my opinion. So that's the connection to the Poolrooms that I feel is there. And I saw, you know, on Fragrantica, for one of the flankers, somebody else picked up this same kind of feeling for one of the flankers. I can't be the only one. So it's interesting to see that there's other people out there that maybe feel the same way. So anyhow, I have this bottle, and this is a newer release, I'm sure. I got it off of eBay, and like I said, I tracked down a vintage bottle, and that's what this one is right here. They look very much the same. And the person who I bought it from included this lotion, and they also included some samples, And these are original samples. And you can see on the bottom it says 1994, which is when I believe this perfume was released. This bottle is a bottle from, I think it's either 1994 or 1995. So it's as vintage as you possibly could get. And I feel extremely fortunate to have gotten this perfume, and it's in amazing condition. It's brand new, basically. So, okay, time for the actual review. I have these both sprayed on strips. If you're unfamiliar, L'Eau d'Issey, it has a very long no breakdown, but it's primarily a freshie based around, it's kind of like a watery notes, like lotus and citrus, but in particular bergamot. So it's a very bright, watery, airy kind of smell. It's fresh, but it's also substantial, and it is long-lasting. It's a long-lasting kind of freshy, citrus freshy. So that's the perfume DNA. Do these differ at all? I'm going to say that the vintage bottle, I find that it smells less bracing and less punchy than the newer release, which maybe it's the yuzu, but it does feel more bracing and more assertive, whereas the vintage bottle smells more mild. It's kind of like they took the aroma of L'Eau d'Issey and they spread some like lubricating soft butter all over it to smooth it out and make it feel just a little bit more soft and palatable. So basically they smell the same, but this is a little bit softer in the way it registers compared to this one, which is, somebody might even say this is a little bit harsh, but this is definitely a little bit softer. Other than that, they smell identical as far as performance goes. This, to me, I get about the same performance as I do with this. There's nothing substantially different between the two. If I notice anything different in the future, I will write it in the description bar, and I'll make sure to let you know, because I am aware that there's many people who are fans of this perfume and are frustrated because people say like, oh, don't bother with the new version. It's been, butchered, and it's nothing like the old one, which is so much better. Personally, I don't think that that's really true. I feel like they're very much the same, and I'm not finding the performance of this to be significantly better than this one. And the performance is, I'm getting moderate to good performance out of this perfume. So something around 5 to 8 hours is right around the amount that I get. I will say I'm not spraying myself like extremely liberally with 12 plus sprays. I'm usually doing like 8 maybe sprays at a time. So keep that in mind. Maybe if you really spray it on heavy and layer it with the lotion and other stuff, you could get 12 or so hours. But I notice on me, it usually maxes out around 7 or 8 hours. And I think this is a type of perfume that you do go nose blind to, probably, because I don't know if it's the cologne or something, but I'm sure when you try a perfume, sometimes you just can tell that you're going nose blind to it. You just can tell that that's happening, and it's not the perfume is weak, it's just you're becoming anosmic to it. So I think that is something to keep in mind with this perfume, that you might think it's gone, but it is still there, and other people can smell it on you. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this perfume. It is a very airy, bright, refreshing, citrusy, watery kind of perfume. And I feel like there's a dash of salt in there. Maybe it's the cologne, but it feels like a dash of like salty water, a little bit flaky. the texture. So that's a little something. I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but anyways, it's great. And the vintage bottle is not that much different from the newest version of this perfume, in case you were interested in that. Yeah, I really like this perfume, and it's a great citrusy kind of scent. Good performing. That's all I can think of right now. So if you have any thoughts of your own and want to share, I'd love to know. Otherwise, thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye.